solo.
And hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs on this beautiful Tuesday! We're trying something I haven't done in months. months. I put this on the channel a long time ago, back when I used to do this crazy thing called recording and editing. That's not happened in a minute. So now it's all live streams. And yeah, we'll see if I can brush off the clear out the cobwebs out of my brain. Well, especially from Friday. There's a lot more cobwebs than normal, maybe, which is hard to do. And we'll see if we can't figure out how to get this done. I did not remember there being so much confusion about the setup for Solo Conquest Blitz. For those who don't know, there are two ways to play Blitz. One is with one city, which is how I used to play it all the time. I used to have 5 countryside tiles. I'd have 1 non-core city tile. I had 1 core city tile, and I would put that usually up at a megapolis and go crazy. And then I was like, oh wait, but there's a 2-city variant, because the rule book, as we all know, when it comes to some of the scenarios, is pretty garbage as far as the solo mode. It's really clear when this game was originally created, which is nuts considering it's like, the best solo game of all time, arguably, not so arguably, depends who you talk to, that solo was kind of an afterthought, and here we are. It's like trying to figure out how to make this work for solo. Sajid's in the house, another episode from the long-running series. Why do I even try this live? That's a really good question. But Sajid, how do you set up your Solo Conquest Blitz off the top of your head? Because I'm going to try to Google it real quick, because I found one that was a 6 countryside tiles, 2 core city tiles, and 2 core non-city tiles. So that's way too many tiles. So I'll see if I can get this done. Solo Conquest Blitz setup. How to do Solo Conquest Blitz well. The Solo Conquest scenario. Blitz Solo Conquest, and it's just setup. How many countryside tiles? Thanks to the notice. Why the replies seem to go away? All right, someone asked a question, someone answered the question, and then the thing went away. Solo Conquest Blitz scenario. $40 minutes, 6 rounds. Anyway, setup. 6 countryside tiles instead of 5. Add a non-core city tile. What? $622. 512. There are a lot of theories about how this should be done. Yeah, this is why I used to do the 511, because it always made the most sense to me. Score and setup. 511. 622 is nuts, man. Let me see what's going on with the chat. Sajid, leave me hanging. That's crazy. Yeah, I just don't see how you could possibly do the 622 with one player. I don't know what I did when I recorded this too. So I have like a bunch. I have 2 files that I found on BGG. This is the kind of stuff that you guys all pay me the big bucks for, to like figure out how I want to set up my scenario on live. My parents are in town, so which is why I did not have an hour that it normally takes for me to get one of these things set up. Yeah, Solo Blitz. This is from BGG user Ozymandias. Expansion required, none. 4 days. Yes, 6 countryside, 2-2. All right, we'll try that. That's a lot of exploring, kids. I'm worried. The recommended city level is 3-3. I'm assuming this is what I did last time. I did a 5-5 on the channel. I did a 5-5, but I edited it, and plus one of the second 5 is actually Volcara's Camp. So if I do a 5-6 this time around, that should be interesting. Maybe I should do a 4-6. No, we'll do 5-6. Why not? Let's make it happen. But 6-2-2, woof. That's a lot of exploring, man. All right, Steph. Hey, been watching Amazing playthroughs lately, learning a lot. Thank you, thank you. Just slowly working my way through the playlist of Amazing playthroughs, and this just popped up. Glad to see you live. Glad to see you here, sir. I do have my air conditioning on, so if that is super annoying, let me know. I can get that turned off. But yeah, heat wave me sweat a lot. You know, it's a thing. I'm gonna shuffle up the spells, and yeah, if anybody has a preferred solo Conquest Blitz setup, I'm going to go with the 6-2-2 because that seems to be the most official one I could find. But yeah, it is a little, again, that's my, I think I have so many gripes about the Ultimate Edition, and I think one of the ones, it's like, it was just so lazy of WizKids to like not codify some of this stuff and like, hey, we're gonna put out this thing. Why don't we actually put out like official rules? Like, and someone could hate those official rules, and that's fine, and still do their own thing if they prefer. But like, at least they would exist instead of, you know, some of the confusion that still exists around this game. Again, the game was not intended to be the solo beast that it became. You know, just kind of, again, just kind of an afterthought. If you think like historically when this game came out, you know, this was not the heyday of solo games coming out. But look what we got, kids. We got Tremor, we got Cure, we got Wings of Wind. Wings of Wind could be hugely important. Madi says, hello, still at work. How's it going? It's going well, Madi. Marhaba to you, and whatever hello in German is, because I always forget. Nope. Nope. I should be better at German than I am. You know, last name of Wire, there should be a I think last time you did only Megapolis 611. Yeah, I've done Megapolis a few times, and I usually do a 511. I think the last time I did this on the channel was definitely a 511, but I do want to do the 2-city variant because I haven't done the 2 cities in a long time. I did it with Arethia. Woof. I mean, it has to be a year and a half ago, especially if I was still editing these suckers. But, you know, it's a thing. I'm going to put the advanced action offer. We have Ambush, we have Intimidate, and we have Blood Raids. These are great offers, kids. I am excited about that. We're going to shuffle up the artifact deck. Hope Saget pops up. I got to buzz his ear about the Aeon's Trespass Odyssey playthrough from yesterday. Michael May, I got to get this gem to the table again. Enjoying these playthroughs, though, with a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Hello, Guten Tag. There you go. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Galume? Sorry if I'm totally butchering that, dude. If you want to put phonetic spelling of that, I appreciate it. I am just an ignorant American. Paige, I may not be able to watch for long. Baby is waking up. Hello, baby. Hello. Oh, babies. Babies and waking up and being disruptive. Like, don't they have anything better to do? The answer is no, they don't. They just have to cry and bother you. That's great. Uh, oh, I love my nieces. I love my friends' kids. I have never, uh, you know, felt jealous of that lifestyle with young babies, though. I'm not gonna lie, but it's really fun to be like everyone's like uncle and to be, to have like, you know, again, little ones around on occasion. And then when they do things that I don't like, I just give them back to their parents, and it's super fun. So. Yes, I live a very selfish, self-absorbed life, kids. Hence the solo player in me. All right, my bad. We're gonna shuffle up the regular units. This is it, man. You come for the playthrough, stay for the thoughts on life and the random pontifications. Also, you cannot leave a game of Maze Night in the table with a 2-year-old around. Oh yeah, dude. 2-year-olds and cats. Probably in that order. Maybe not. But yeah. Whew. It's funny. Put this here. will shuffle the advanced actions, advanced units, now elite units, I should say. There are going to be 4 units in the offer. There will be 4 dice in the source because we are playing by Blitz rules. We will start with 1 fame. Every time we jump up a level, we will get an additional fame. And additionally, we will start with a reputation of +1. So basically 2 levels up from the norm. Our 4 units in the offer are going to be the Red Cape Monks, the Utum Crossbowmen, the Illusionists, and come on, give us some scouts! Give us some scouts! Nope, just the thugs. I was hoping for the scouts, obviously, because they are the best unit in the game. They're gonna have this. Actually, I would have loved the foresters. We have that. We have our D deck. Let me count to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. James Rodriguez. Been a while since I was able to catch a stream. Have a good one, dude. Thank you, James. Good morning to you, sir. Top of the day to ya. I guess that's not how they talk at Atlantis, but you know, it's how I want to talk now, so we're going to go with it. I'm going to roll the dice. I actually said roll the dice instead of shuffle the dice. Look at me actually speaking English properly. And we got a gold, 2 whites, and a red. This is my day, guys. I'm feeling it. These offers, that die roll, like what is going on? This is some amazing stuff. All right, we have our portal. Is that on the right side? It is not. That is the wedge side. I'm going to shuffle roll. I'm going to shuffle the core city tiles. Volcaire's Camp is in here. I will roll a d6. We'll get the top 2 off the deck. It is a 5. Roll again. That's a 5. Not helpful. There's only 4 left. Come on. There we go. 3 is good. Those are out. We're going to shuffle the core non-city tiles. Again, we are doing Blitz. We need to rush. It is no joke. There will be some leveling up, but really we just have to find that first city and we must vanquish it and we must do it quickly. We have very little time. You're looking at a Blitz scenario. You're probably looking at 24 turns if you're lucky and maybe less if you're unlucky. Obviously, it's the converse of lucky. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, so you do not have a lot of turns. And again, we will have to explore. Cannot be a single turn wasted if we're going to get this sucker done. So this is the bottom of our terrain deck. We're going to explore 8 times in 4 rounds. That's a pretty wicked pace. I'll roll the dice to get that out. That's a 4, 5, 6, and Saget. What's the oh, it's not about, I forgot about the starting reputation. Now Intimidate looks even better. What have I missed? Saget, you missed a lot. I have a lot of questions about the setup for Blitz. I have decided to go with a 6-2-2, which I think that just sounds bananas, but we're going to do it. So 600 set tiles, 2 core city tiles, 2 core non-city tiles, plus Saget. If you could, it's very long, but there was an extremely helpful comment on my last Aeon Trespass video from yesterday. I would definitely check it out. It had some things about the labyrinth tiles and stuff that were informative and interesting, and you know, whatever. So, but there's definitely so many rules questions. Shocker, everybody, shocker. Into the Aeon Trespass being very confusing with its rules is a very interesting, very unexpected development. But yeah, so check that out if you get a chance, man. It's could be a good discussion on there. Marty, message rejected. I didn't care what you were saying anyway, sir. No, I did. I always care. I always care. It goes deep to my soul. All right, let's take 6 of these off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's done. So there should be 8 left here. Great. Fantastic. This comes out. Here's our starting terrain. Or here's our terrain deck. Here's our starting terrain. These 2 come off. We have a village in some swamps. And then we have an orc. We get some more villages. Again, that's a lot of movement to get to that swamp. We will probably be ignoring that in favor of this orc up here. But that village, 5 movement in, then it's just a... I guess if we move in there, recruit, kill, that would get us some level ups. And we'll see what else we can do. What this room is. Be good. No, it's an altar. It's an altar. I mean, if I can get 3 blue crystals, that is an interesting fame bump for sure. That is not the craziest idea, especially with goldyx. I haven't done an altar in Wolf. been a very long time since I've done an altar. All right, we have this. That is the Wolf Riders. Don't hate that. And over here, we have the Skirmishers. Most excellent. Drawing my... Oh, I need a dummy player. To my left, I have Norwas, Bravelar, Wolfhawk, Arethia, Tovak, and Krang. I rolled a 2. We get number 2, Bravelar, the man of the hour. Bravelar has been on a little bit of a hot streak for me, so happy to see him here, even with the crappiest mini of all time that he comes with. And of all time, maybe that's a little harsh. Probably not. No, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I haven't seen all the minis ever made, but I'm guessing Bravelar's got to be at least in the top 3 of crappy minis. Hello, Mr. Crappy Mini. How are you today? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Great. I have conversations with Bravelar. I hope you do too. It's good for your health. We're going to put 2 blues and a green out here. I'm in a rare mood today, guys. I was under the fog of a migraine on Friday, under the fog of a migraine still yesterday to some extent, and I'm feeling good today, baby. All right, I think I played this 6-1-2 last time, but it's been a while. But it was 5-6 cities. Also, what's up with parenting? Parenting's great, dude. I mean, I'm glad other people who are competent parent, because woof. Oh man. Anyway, we're gonna shuffle these. Make sure I have 16 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, we'll put this over here. Drawing my opening hand. Let's get this party started. We have a stamina. Movement's good, especially if I'm trying to get into that little what's that called? That's a village. Yeah, excellent. We have a rage. We have a march. We have a swiftness, and we have improvisation. That is some excellence. Brrr. So I have to decide on tactics. I honestly wanted to take preparation, and then I was like, wait, that's not a day tactic, because I'm really good at games, guys. I think we have an idea. I'm thinking now. I'm going to take Mana Steel. I'm going to take the red die from the source. I'm going to roll. Yeah, I know. I didn't take planning or great start because I'm really good at this game. I'm going to pillage the village. I have ideas, guys. Just trust me. I'm going to roll a die for Bravelar, roll a 4, 5, or 6. Excellent. Planning is out of the game, so that's less excellent, but that's fine. I'll make do. And then this is done. All right. Now, I'm first, so I'm going to stay first there. I'm going to take this gold. I'm going to power improvisation. I'm going to get the stronger effect. I'm sorry. I'm going to power improvisation, so that's going to be whatever I want. I'm just going to get another card to get move 5. I'm playing March to get move 7. That lets me get into the village. I'm going to attack the Wolf Rider. The Wolf Rider gives me 2 wounds. 1, 2, because it has an attack of a 3 with swiftness, so I need 6 block to block it. I did not block it. And then I'm going to play Rage. I'm going to power it with the red from Mana Steel. Mana Steel, thank you very much for playing. That's for attack in the melee phase. That's enough to kill that. And that was a very productive first turn. Since I killed a marauding orc, I get +1 reputation. I get +3 fame, so it gets me up to 4. Since I went up a level, I get another one, which gets me up to 5. I'm going to roll both of these dice to clean out my play area. I get a gold and a black, because the black's really important. And then these get discarded. Now, I'm going to do my level up. My level up, I look at my next 2 skills. Oh, I need to get Bravelar's skills. Not that I have any thought that I will likely take them, but they should be on the table just for being thorough. That was a weird first turn. I'm happy at that first turn. I thought that was like a pretty cool idea that came together for me. It's just like a little brainchild. Speaking of parenting, I parented a brainchild right out of my head into reality. All right, we're gonna take 2 things off. Do I get a heal effect? No, but universal power is fairly strong. I think this is universal power. Yes, it is. Well, to turn, I may add 1 mana to a card played sideways. If I do, this card gives +3 instead of +4. That's very, very flexible, and I dig it. That can go away. That's the cooperative skill. Not a big fan of it. For the record, that skill is, booyah, source opening. Yeah, it's a lot of text, which I'm not going to read right now. The one of Bravelar's skills gets added. It is Shapeshifter. Again, you get to use a from a basic card, so it's very limiting. So from a basic action card, you can use block as movement or movement as attack, or again, any of those combinations. Now I can take a advanced action card. I will have to take Intimidate because I really want to recruit something. I mean, it's hard not to take Blood Rage, but I'll take Intimidate. I mean, it still gets to attack 7. That's pretty sick. All right, we'll take Intimidate. That's done. Chilling Stare comes off. And now I'm drawing to my hand limit, which is 5. Intimidate. And Stamina. I'm going to Pillage the Village. I go to +1. We get Promise. That's what I'm talking about. And we get Crystal Joy. Most excellent. I'm going to go to Bravelar's first turn. Bravelar takes 3 cards off the top. It is green. It is blue. It is white. There are no white crystals in Bravelar's inventory, so we are good. Richard, you get +1 fame for leveling up. Yes. In Blitz scenarios, I'm pretty sure that's Blitz scenarios. I know that's in like the Tesla scenarios. Blitz Conquest. Yep, you start with 1 fame. Whenever you cross the line on the fame track, you gain 1 extra fame. So yeah, it's absolutely a Blitz thing. But yes, thank you for clarifying and confirming. So that is super cool. Let's make this happen, kids. I can get Influence 8. That makes me rather happy. So it's my turn. I'm going to power up Intimidate for Influence 8. It's a lot of influence. I also have this promise for Influence 2. So that's Influence 10. I don't have another mana for this. Pay mana of any color. So Influence 10 will give me, and I have +1 there, so I actually have Influence 11. And I can discard a card sideways. Oh, man, I really hate getting rid of Crystal Joy. I need Crystal. I'm going to discard Stamina sideways for Crystal first, especially with this. I need to start getting mana and crystals and all of it. So that's Influence 12. So Influence 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm doing interaction, so that's going to be a total of 12. With that Influence 12, I'm going to spend 6 points of influence for 2 points of healing, and 6 points of influence for the Utem crossbowman. Right? You just don't have the time to dawdle, man. It's like healing. I know I have tranquility somewhere in there. I don't have the time. Boom, let's get this thing done. It is what it is. And then if I can take a wound from the skirmishers, it's not a big deal. I'll get a reputation back that way, and we'll just keep moving. So Crystal Joy and Stamina stay in my hand. I'm rolling this die. It is a red now. At the end of my turn, -2 reputation. Boom, I'm back to the middle of it all, which is fine. I'm going to draw to my hand limit. I draw to 5. So we get a March. We get Determination. And we get Will Focus. Do I just load up on Crystales? That 7 fame is looking really good. But I don't have enough blues. I can get a blue mana from there. Get a blue crystal. 7 fame is very, very tempting. Just get your level up. I get to that 24, get that extra card. Debating if I want to pillage this village. I don't think so. Only attack 4, but I get the tranquility back. Oh, I have this too. Oh, that's super interesting. I do have that. Yeah, I don't know if that temple is going to be worth it. I will. No, I won't pillage the village. I'll keep my reputation where it is, and that's fine. We've gone through our deck pretty aggressively, so I think I'm good with that. Bravelar gets a green, a blue, and a red. No more crystals coming off. Sagitt says, well, that good reputation lasted long. Dude, I'm in good shape, man. I just healed 2 wounds. I'm feeling fine. All right, let's make this thing happen. So I'm going to move 2. I'm going to attack the skirmishers. I still have a tranquility in here. I'm going to take 1 wound. Play. Man, did I go through all my movement already? I went through a lot of my movement. I still have a swiftness. Yeah, I'll play 1 move. I'll play this card sideways to block another. Sorry, 1 move. Move 2. Sorry, I took 1 wound. I'm playing this card sideways to block the other attack. And there's 2 separate attacks, so you can block them. Block one and not block the other, which is what happened here. Again, I know I have tranquility. And then in the melee phase, so again, that was in the range or siege attack phase. In the melee phase, I'm going to play Determination for attack 2. I'm going to use the Uton Crossbowman for attack 3. So that's attack 5. I've killed the skirmishers. So +1 reputation, +2 fame. That's not enough for a level up, unfortunately, but it's close. But also a special effect on my turn. I'm going to use Crystal Joy. I'm going to pay a red to get a red crystal. And then at the end of this turn, I can discard another non-wound card, take this card back into my hand. Oh man, I wish I had a blue. No, it's not going to work, but that's fine. At least we got the 1 red, and then I'm going to just play Will Focus to get a green crystal. And again, we're just trying to get set up into the next round. Everything else, all 5 of these cards are discarded. I have this wound, and I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. So we have a Swiftness, which is good for movement. I'm going to re-roll this red, so that's black now, because that's all I roll, apparently. We have Tranquility. Wait, there should be a wound card still in my hand. Where did the wound card go? No, there's the wound card. Sorry, the glare was blocking it. Then we have Threaten, and we have a Rage. All right, Bravelar's turn. 1, 2, 3. It's red. So he's gone super slow. My turn. Wait. Was Rage the last card I pulled? I think it was. Because this is my hand limit is 5. So I'm going to play Tranquility. I'm going to heal this. So that's played. I'm going to use Swiftness for move 2. That's going to, or even better, I'll use Threaten with a white mana. That's move 3 because of that. So I'm going to use 2 points of movement to explore. We have another village, which is super awesome. I'm going to get move. Oh, and a keep garrison up there. Put that face down. So I have 1 point of movement left from that. If it matches the color, it's ×4. I would have absolutely done this. Sorry. Mana draw doesn't make much sense for me. Yeah, move 4. So I explore and I move. And then I will. I just forgot the specifics of universal power. There's no real reason why I would have not wanted to get the max move 4. It just makes the most sense. And then I will do Swiftness and this for move 3 more. I move here, we get a white crystal. I roll this die. This comes out. Universal power is available next. I got rid of all the I got rid of my last wound again. Brave Alar's turn. 1, 2, 3. It's white. Nothing happening. I should have drawn it to my last card. Next turn, I'm going to play this card sideways with this and this. So that's a move 3. And I'm going to explore here. It's a monster den. We got a thing here. That's face up. It is a catapult. Again, monster den there. It's kind of stupid because I don't really need the crystals. And then I ended my turn on a white again. So that's my last card. It goes away. And universal power is so flexible. Like, it just really let me like really get so much value out of very few cards in my hand, because I was basically able to turn that into move 6. I was actually able to turn it into move 7 just with 2 mana from the source and 2 cards, which is really, really sick. That was a blue. Brave Alar's turn. 1, 2, 3. It's white. My turn. I have no cards in my hand. I don't even have a turn, so end of turn effects don't even happen. I don't get a white crystal there. It's just done. This actually goes in my discard pile. So I don't get another white crystal, but we have 4 crystals. We explored 2 things. I have a unit. Like, I have no wounds. I'm really happy with how that round turned out. I do need to start getting more level ups and get into like the 24th. I need to get like ideally 24 by the time I siege that first city. But we have, at least 3 more tiles before we find that first city, maybe 4. We'll see how this plays out. All right. Clever boy. It's not negative yet. That's pretty good for the first round. I would have held on to Will Focus. You can get 2 blues with mana draw. Interesting. Yo, Greg just did a 10-20 solo conquest this morning with Arethio. Had the weirdest offerings, but just squeaked it out. Nice. Sweet Generals starts. Fun start to reach double digits on both cities. We also need all support we can get from Team Arethia for number 1. Some people claim Krang is better. My thoughts exactly. Oop, I go back and forth on Arethia, Krang, and Norwest number 1, but I think it's Krang. Sorry. Yeah, John, that's what I like. I think maybe my biggest wins have come with Arethia, so I need to rethink that. My biggest wins have come with Norwas, and he's my number 3, so go figure that. Anyway, we're adding Ambush, and we're adding a blue, so that's and a green. It's like blue, it's just different. So that's not great. I never got Tremor, which makes me a wee bit sad, but Wings of Wind is looking mighty fine, and I'm still like in Blood Rage over there. Yeah, I thought about not getting rid of Will Focus. I just really like the idea of just getting crystals. The more crystals I can get, the more realistic, I just, if I can have just a pocket full of crystals for that first city, because that's going to be the bigger concern for me. Oh my gosh, dude. I am tossing cards left and right. All right, this goes here. These are down. No dungeons, no chances to get artifacts easily, which is not great. We have Misform there. This comes down. Universal Power, I'm planning to spam the heck out of to get all the movement I'm going to need for all this exploration. Let's see how this offer goes. It is Foresters. Man, it makes me maybe go back to that village. I mean, if I just siege that keep, I can get the Utham Guardsmen. That makes me happy. Yeah, or even the Thugs, man. Either one. The Utham Crossbowmen come back. We're going to re-roll the dice in the source. It is a red, a white, 2 blues. That is absolutely fine with me. I think I got to go to the keep just for fame, but keeps are not the greatest strategy in a Blitz game because this is a shorter game, but it could really help make sure this round goes well. I'm drawing my opening hand. I have to shuffle my deck. Yeah, I've only added 1 card to my deck. That is the one downside of that first day I had. But again, no wounds makes me happy. Reputation, it's not in the negatives despite using Intimidate. That makes me happy. And I have 4 crystals, which is very goldyx. Some goldyx awesomeness there. All right, so starting hand is Will Focus, a big fan. March, I'm a big fan of Puberty too, apparently. We have Stamina, we have Swiftness, and we have Stamina. So that's not great. Maybe I skip over that keep, take advantage of all this movement. That's one idea. I'm going to look at the night tactics. I'll take long night. Yeah, if I skip over the keep, try to find something else to kill. I have a billion movement. I really need to get through these tiles, so there'll be other opportunities for things to kill. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm taking Long Night, which is number 2, rolling for Bravelar. He rolls 5, so preparation's out, which was definitely what I was going to go for in the second round. But c'est la vie. All right, let's make this happen, kids. I'm going to move. I don't want to use that green. So we have a move 4. So that gets me here. I have one more point of movement. I'm going to move. No, it's another blue there, not any green. So I'll move 2 more. So I have 3 points of movement. I'm going to spend 2 of that to put this out. That's a forest in my face. Woof. It's a forest in my face. Is that a forest in your face? Or are you just happy to see me? All right, this comes down. Skirmishers are good. We can put an advanced action in the unit offer. I'm going to move my D deck to the side. We have Swift Bolt there. That's a good one. I'm throwing things. Skirmishers are only 2 fame. That ain't great. I mean, I could siege this keep now. I have a green. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to go the 5 there, and then, I mean, it's a little gambly. I mean, the reality is I have the green. I can get attack 9. I might take a couple of wounds in the process. So, but I think I do that because it just, I'm kind of in no man's land. That's a move 5. So be 4 more move to get. I have to use will focus and then power stamina. I hate that. You know, I'll probably take a couple of wounds. Most of the gargoyles and stuff aren't terrible, but if it's like the thing that has like, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things I would not be able to defeat, but I think for the most part, I'll be all right just because I can get, if I needed to attack 9, it's hard to be against that. The reality is I can get attack 10 because I can do this. It's very crystal intensive, but I can get attack 10, right? So I could pretty much kill most things. There's not much concern about being knocked out with keep garrisons. So I think I use the stamina. I go in. So that was a total of move 8. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. And we have the Utham Crossbowmen. I know you. Who? Amazing. They're going to give me 2 wounds because, you know, wounds. And now I only need 4 attack. And that's fine. We'll do crossbowman on crossbowman crime. And I will use swiftness sideways. And that's going to, so I can keep on the will focus. That kills the Utham Crossbowman. I get 3 fame. I go from 7 to 10, +1 because they went up a level. We get another one of these, and now I'm in a place where I can recruit, which makes me happy. That's another reason doing the keep, I think, made some sense. I put a shield on this. I get a +1 to my card draw. I already did my level up. We will roll this die. It is now a red. These are out. I have 2 wounds, but again, my hand draw will help make up for that. Hopefully I pull a Tranquility, and hopefully I roll a green in there so I can not waste my green crystal on that crap. So, done. Draw to my hand number, which is 5, so 2 more cards, improvisation, and Tranquility, most excellent. And then I draw 1 more card because of the keep. We get a Rage. All right, Bravelar's first turn of round 2. Bravelars gets a white, gets a blue, and gets a green. 2 cards come off, so it was indeed the new card that just got added to his deck, and he had 1 added green crystal, so that's not great. So that's a little bit fast, especially since I have long night, but hopefully that starts to turn around. I do think I use this green. What do I want? I want the Utum Guardsmen. Thugs can be a little annoying. So I'll take the Guardsmen. I'm going to use this red, discard, Rage. So that's Influence 5. I'm also going to use this green crystal for heal 2 because I just don't have the time to be dealing with wounds right now. And I hold on to Will Focus, and I am the brand new owner of the Utum Guardsmen. We have the Utum family is in good supply. I don't think there was a better way to do that. I mean, I have universal power, but that still just gives me influence 4, right? So I still needed the influence 5. Getting rid of the rage is fine, and holding on to will focus makes me happy. And now I have some extra attack and block with the Utum Guardsman. This goes away. I'm rolling this die. It is gold. That's super helpful. These get discarded. I draw to my hand limit. My hand limit is still 6. Yeah, I did not have any movement, so I could have explored before I interacted, but obviously did not have the movement card to do that. So swiftness, march, man, I really could use some greens. Mana draw, that will do. And crystal joy, that will definitely do. That's a very nice combo of 6 cards. Bravelar's turn, it's a red. It is a red, it's a white, so deck is rich in blues and greens, but no extra cards come off right now. Yeah, getting to that that monastery is going to be rough. All right, my turn. I'm going to play mana draw. I'm going to power with the white. I'm going to turn this to green because we really like green. I'm going to take 2 greens. I will use the 1 to power. Do I get the moves? I can get the move 7, or I can take the move 4, and then maybe have the will focus to do a swiftness kind of thing going on. Or I could try to do Crystal Joy. I think I'm okay with Crystal. The March gives me maximum flexibility, right? And then I can, if there's an Orc there, then I have the Will Focus with the Swiftness, and that's going to be a range attack 6, which is really, really strong. So I'm going to do the March 4. We're going to use 2 points of movement to explore this. All right, we have a monastery. It's gonna be 3 more movement to get in there. That's super interesting. I'm not a monastery. We have a mage tower, but it gives me a chance to get a spell. That's face down, but I have 2 more points of movement. Obviously going there. Now I need an orc over here now. This orc is face up. It is the diggers. Since I've established myself next to, it's night. Ah, you jerky jerk. I'm a little less. These Mage Tower garrisons are interesting. If I take some wounds, I think if I chill on the village, plan to enter next turn, I could do this Crystal Joy thing, get another green back. This die will stay green. I'll reroll the white. I can pillage the village to get more cards, or do I push it, go in with Crystal Joy, and then I have a pretty nice array of things to take down the Mage Tower garrison. The other problem, though, is No, I think I keep moving, kids. I really do. It's a pretty breakneck pace, but I'll lose my keep bonus draw, but I have the block from the Utham Guardsman. I'm burning my crystals pretty hard. Still have this green. I don't want to lose the rage. All right, we're going to do Crystal Joy with Universal Power. I lose the white crystal. We're coming in here. We're revealing it. It's the Sorcerers. It's a lot of wounds. But I dig this. All right, so we lose a reputation for sieging a fortified site. The sorcerers are attacking me with a 6 with assassin and poison. I'm going to block it with block 4, use the rage for block 6, and then will focus is going to power swiftness in the melee phase to get to the 6. So we've actually killed the sorcerer without taking any wounds. So we'll review. I used mana draw. I used a power with a white from the source. I turned the gold into a green. I got 2 green mana. I used a 1 green mana for move 4 that let me explore and move there. I used universal power with a white crystal to power Crystal Joy, and that gave me a move 3 that let me move into the sands at night. When I got there, I lost a reputation. I revealed the sorcerers. Again, guardsman plus rage is block 6, and then will focus plus swiftness is attack 6, and that kills the sorcerers. That gives me, again, I already lost a reputation. That gives me plus 5 fame. I go from 11 to 16, plus 1 because I did a level up. That's out. These 2 go away. This crystal goes away. This universal power comes back. Green does not get re-rolled as per the stronger effect of mana draw. The white does. It stays white. So look, we have 1 of everything. This all goes away. I cleaned up my play area. I'm going to get my reward. I will take Wings of Wind. Goes at the top of my D deck. This comes down. It is Charm. And now I get my level up. I look at my next 2 things. A siege attack. So what do we got? It is called Freezing Power. Once a turn, siege attack 1 or ice siege attack 1. Or we got Red Crystal Craft. Once a round, flip this again, a blue crystal and 1 red mana. It's hard to not take that ice siege attack, to be quite honest. Those diggers are probably a waste of my time. I do need to explore the heck out of here quick. But I'm also worried about my crystal situation. I'll take that, especially because I might need the mana to power universal power. So I think that's a thing that just makes it a little bit more flexible for me. Bravelar gets added to this, or one of these gets added to Bravelar. And I think we will grab Blood Rage because I do need some more attack. Done. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. We have Blood Rage, we have Wings of Wind, we have Promise, we have Determination, and we have Threaten. Threaten? Look at all that influence with with nothing to spend it on. I mean, I guess I could get another wolf. I could get another spell. Mistform is fine. I mean, it's not great. We'll definitely say that. Looking at the chat. Sadness says boo. John laughs, but I totally get it. You can play this game a couple ways. Some mages are better suited for some. For the aggressive plus spell heavy approach, I'd take Aretha. Just makes too much sense. The other thing is I got Crane quite late, but then I had 6 or 7 years play with the other mages. So John says makes sense. Aries easy. I like Aries. Maybe Ari poo. Aries easy. Access to black is killer. I got Crane last 2, but I hadn't played all that much before then, to be honest. But that's also another good point. Sajid, my favorite is in those couple of multiplayer games when everybody's looking at me with all the wounds and doing my tricks with them, rushing into massive fights, not giving a rat's ass about danger. In good supply, you speak of the items like a bag of rice. I think you forgot to place a labyrinth tile under your hero when the sorcerer is attacked. Wait, wrong game. I did not. No labyrinth tile, baby. I'm good. No, none of those rules for a few days, for sure. All right, Bravelar has a third turn. This has been some pretty insane turns, right? Like, what the heck, dude? I when did I don't remember what happened. It was also a blur. No, yeah, I went in there. I recruited him. I went in there my first turn. I recruited him in my second, and then I moved. Yeah, I explored, moved, and attacked this on my third. So the third turn for Bravelar is a white, a green, and a blue. 2 more cards coming off. So there should be 4 cards left here. Indeed, there are. Look at me, advanced math. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to waste another turn with stuff. So I'm gonna get the blue. Nope. Universal power is only once a turn. I have no other. Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use influence 4. That's move 4. I'm gonna move here. We are up to core tiles now, kids. That is right. Life comes at you fast. I'm gonna use this card. That's move 5 total. Remember, this matches, so with universal power, that's why that's move 4. And then I always feel like it always feels broken to me. Yeah, same color. It's move 4. Awesome. So move 4, that's going to be move 5 with the other influence. I've used 3 to move, 2 to explore. It is not a city. It is a keep and a dragon and a ruins. So keep is face down because it's night. I'm not sure I need to do more keepy things. I do want to get my hand limit up to 6. This is face up. It is a fire dragon. He's no fun. And we have the ruins, which are face down at night. I think I chill in a pretty good spot. I think I chill for a sec, let things regroup a little bit. I can explore here next turn. We have Wings of Wind. I can kind of get where I want. So I think we're fine. I want to make sure Universal Power works on anything. Action or spell card of the same color. Yeah, cool. All right, re-rolling this. It's green. Universal Power comes back. This is done. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Oh, Intimidate. Look at that. That's an immense amount of attack. Long Night is going to trigger. I'm going to reshuffle my discard pile. We're going to take 3 cards off the top. This is now my new D deck, and then my discard pile goes back, and then I complete my draw. So I get up to 5 cards. Look at that. It's a swiftness. It's good to have 1 movement card. We'll see what's going on. Bravey. It is a red, a green, and a green. 2 more coming off. Bravelar is going to declare end of round next turn. And on my turn, I'm going to play the move 2. We're going to explore up here. I'm going to have to move this down. Oh, look at that. It's the Green City. Most excellent. So, moving all of this down. And my youth and guardsmen are like, hey, watch my head. Sorry, I can take these tokens off because we're not coming back there. Same with that. All right, so I move 2. We get the green city. It's going to be a level 5. It's an immense amount of exploring today. Level 5 green city. Well, first let me put the orcs out. We're going to get 2 marauding orcs. It is the cursed hag. And the second one is the prowler. Level 5 green city is going to have a monster, another monster, and a city garrison. Remember, in the green city, physical attacks gain poison, which is pretty nice for your second city. Kind of sucks for your first. I need move 5 to get into the swamp, so that's super awesome. Yeah. Am I gonna try? That's fine. We'll do this. I'm gonna use Intimidate with the red and Universal Power. So that's 4. This is move 5. I got myself there. That's me reveal the green city. I provoke 0 attacks, but I'm standing in the swamp. We have the omnipotent freezers, shadow, and a manticore. Oh, that's amazing. It's a manticore. Just for you. But again, it doesn't matter. So effectively, the special ability there has no impact whatsoever, because remember, the non-physical attacks don't gain poison, and the manticore attack already had poison, so it doesn't get like poison. It just now has poison once. Most excellent. I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, I'm gonna block 5. Take a wound. Take 2 wounds. Oh yeah, this is sick. I could do something cool next turn. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna roll this die. It's gold. There's a reason why I went specifically there. I might have wanted to use Wings of Wind to go there. I was thinking that, but I could always do that next turn too. But that would let me like pillage the crap out of the village, maybe explore, get another city out, kind of see what's coming up next. But I still have 2 cards here, remember, because of Long Night. Look at that. Move. Bravelar declares end of round, so this is my last turn. As my action, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna provoke an attack against both of these orcs at once, which you can totally do. So, hi orcs, you're the worst. I am going to use this skill that gives me a blue crystal and a red mana. I am grouping these, right? So we're gonna use we're gonna use the blue mana for block 5. That's gonna block the Prowler. And then I'm gonna use a crystal. I'll use a blue crystal because again I have ways to get blue and it's not a big deal. To do the universal power, will block 3. Again, poison only triggers if it's not fully blocked. Since it's fully blocked, we're good. And then I'm going to group them for the final attack. Blood Rage, I'm going to take a wound, powering it with the white mana I got from that skill. I take the wound. That's an attack 9. That's enough to kill both of them. Since I killed 2 marauding orcs, I get a reputation bump for each. I'm also going to get 5 fame. 5 game gets me up to 22, which is super close to 24, but not quite. All right, these go away. I roll that. That's there. This flips. Yeah, I would much be a little happier if I could get that last bump. It's funny, if I had killed that diggers, I would have been there. But that was not meant to be. But we did get a lot of things on the board, and I have to feel pretty good about where I'm at. So we'll see. Wings of Wind during the day can get me over to that village. I can definitely do some pillaging. During the day, this will reveal. That is kill a keep garrison and a city garrison for a artifact and a spell. All right. This will go here. This is my D deck there. This goes away. This goes, oh, it's a blue-white. Again, I do count it as both, but he has no white crystal, so who cares? This comes off. Into the Heat is over there. That's unfortunate. And Stout Resolve is over here. We had a green crystal, so we're very much loading up green crystals in Bravelar's little inventory here. This comes down. It is space bending. Shuffling up Bravelar's deck. Do-do-do. Oh, that's smart. All right, hold on a sec. Stop with the POO. I don't know what the POO is. Wings of Wind to burn the monastery. That's what we're here for. Worth getting cured to stop Bravelar from getting in the green crystal. That's a good call, Brian. I missed it. Edgar, I just got the ultimate edition. Finally, do you recommend using the UE cards? They're fine. The dual color cards are fine. I mean, Mysterious Box is a load of trash. I would not use it, but it's a thing. Edgar, how much have you played before? Sagittarius says a keep is the same as the Mage Tower except different. Sagittarius says they sing along session. Who put the orcs out? Hello, Manty. Hello. Hello, my Manty. Hello. I would have probably flown over to the village here, even if that means not decking the orcs. I have played on TTS, not much. I see 29, 29 is pretty good. Come on, just shuffle them in. I mean, personally, I really don't like two of them. I'm okay with two of them if fine on one. Yeah. John, I think you can say the crystal has fight. Determination was Mars to block the attack of 3. Blue die from the source with endurance. The red mana from the ability. Yeah, I dig that. So for those, I can't really, I don't want to dig it out of my deck. But what John's saying is I could have used the blue from the source. I had an extra card in my hand. So if I used a card sideways and determination, that's block 3 for the hags. And then I use, since I had another card in my hand that was blue, I could have used universal power and a blue from the source to block the prowlers. And then ultimately I just had the red mana for determinations. Yeah, it's really, really smart. So yeah, just absolutely missed it. This is Bravelar's deck. So good call, sir. And I forgot whose deck I was shuffling. It was not mine. It was Bravelar's. But I dig that. Appreciate the assist. I'll definitely take it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, universal power is so good, man. It's a very good skill to get early in a blitz game for sure. I mean, it's like shapeshifter, but like better. It's really good. All right, we have the Guardian. Oh, elites first. We have the Ultim Guardians, the Guardian Golems, the Heroes, and the Savage Monks. I will get my units back. I'm going to get Determination, Blood Rage, Stamina, Rage, and Rage. Woof. That is a lot of attack. I'm going to get great start. Think it makes the most sense for sure. Rolling for Bravelar. He rolls a 3. 3 is gone. He rolls a 5. I just took 5. He rolls a 5. I just took 5. He rolls a 4. He rolls a 6. Most excellent. I am first again. All right, we're going to re-roll. We're going to get 2 more cards From my D deck, we get Crystal Joy and March. I'm rolling the source. I need to flip this over to the day side. Gold and 2 whites. That's pretty excellent. Yeah, I think I have some really good cards here. I don't think there's no real rush to try to attack this right away. I can try to creep around to get to here, especially with Crystal Power. I can reveal something, maybe get to another level up. But again, if I can start pillaging the village even 1 or 2 times, we have a really strong, hand. It's a good start, Blood Rage, right? I mean, ultimately, block 4, we got 2 units. The Utem Guardsman is going to really help block the Amulet Freezers. I can take the wounds for the rest without too big of a deal, even if I assign a wound to the Crossbowman or something. So what I don't want to do is get halfway there and get stuck. But I do think I want to use Crystal Joy. March 4. March 4, 5. Going first, so that helps. Yeah, Wings of Wind would have been a really nice draw. But alas, that was not meant to be. I mean, part of me is wondering, do I just use Crystal Joy, get the crystal I need? Because that's attack 9. Block 4. That would block the Amulet Freezers. Other than that, I would take 4 wounds, and I would only need 21 attack. 3, 12, 6. I can kill them with what I have. It's really sick. I got that red. I would take 5 wounds. It would not knock me out. Be annoying, but I'd have a whole round to then heal, and then I wouldn't have to worry about moving around. I can try to get what I need to recruit one of these city units. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to try to get the move 10 around there. So what I'm going to do is Crystal Joy. I need reds to get all of this attack. At least 1 more red. So I'm going to power this with a gold. I'm going to treat that like a blue so I can get this, and then I can discard a card. I don't need all this movement, so I'm going to discard the March to bring Crystal Joy back into my hand. If I do that 2 rounds in a row, and then we attack, I'm not drawing any more cards, but honestly, I have what I need. But woof, what a total overkill. Because I would not be drawing any more cards. 9, 13, 17, 20, 21. But that's my move in. Oh, I'm going to need that card. I will have 1 red, 2 red, 3. Yeah, I'll have exactly enough to do this, I think, if my math is right. It'd be all physical attack. Sure, we're gonna do that. So this goes away. That was my very exciting first turn. I'm gonna re-roll that. It's a green. Super exciting. All right, Brave Alar's turn. So greens and whites when all I need are blues and reds. Awesome. All right, 1, 2, 3. It's red. No reds there. My turn. I'm entering the city. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. I'm just feeding none of this in the rage or the ranged or siege attack phase. So in the block phase, I'm going to use the Utum. Now remember, the Amata Freezers have an Ice Attack 3 with Paralyze. So in theory, I could just assign them to one of these guys and just get disbanded. I don't want to do that. So it's Ice Attack 3. It's Swiftness, so I need 6 physical block, but it's also Ice, so I need 6. I need to double that again, so I need 12 physical block. Utum Guardsman is block 4. It counts twice because this has Swiftness, so that actually is equivalent of block 8. I'm going to use this skill. I get a blue mana, a blue crystal, a red mana, which I have to use this turn. I'm going to power Determination. That's block 5. That block 5 plus this essentially becomes a block 8 is enough to block down with the Freezers. I'm not going to block the Shadows. That's going to be 2 wounds because it's 4 damage, and I'm just going to... I will actually wound the Guardsman. I'll wound the Guardsman. I'm not going to block, and he doesn't have physical attack, so he does not get poison. I'm not going to block the Manticore. I get 2 wounds to my hand, 2 wounds to my discard pile. He already had poison, so that doesn't mean anything. Now, he had Assassin, so I cannot assign those wounds to anybody else. I had to take those to my hand. Now, in the melee phase, I'm going to power Blood Rage with this red mana, which I got from my skill. That's going to be, I'm going to take a wound, so that's a 3rd wound to my hand. So that's attack 9. Now I'm grouping them together. Since Shadow has elusive and I did not block him, it's going to be 8 physical attack in the melee phase to defeat him. The 8 plus the 4 is 14, plus the 7 is 21. So this is 9. This is 10, 11, 12. I have these 2 red crystals. This is 16. This is 20. And Crystal Joy Sideways is 21. All 3 of these dudes are dead skis. I get 3 wounds in my hand. Did this in my 2nd turn of the 2nd day. That makes me happy. As far as fame goes, I have 9 plus 7, 16 fame. So that goes from 22 to 38. I did 2 level ups, so I get 2 additional fame. It gets me to 40. I'm going to take this sucker off, and then we'll do another level up at the end of this. I'm going to clean up my play area. All this goes away. The 3 wounds stay in my hand. Everything else is out. I'm now in the city. I'm going to do I get a number of shields on here equal to how many enemies I defeated, which is going to help for recruitment purposes. So that's, again, 3 toward influence. 1, 2, 3. My first level up, again, was another command token. My 2nd level up is I look at my next 2 skills. That's not right. 2 heal. Ooh, that's... I don't really need flight at this point in the game. I will take the 2 heal. And I will take Stout Resolve. Ooh, Decompose. Gain 2 crystals of your inventory for the same color that are thrown away. Wow, both of those are enticing. Maybe Stout Resolve isn't that great considering I have Intimidate and Blood Rage. Like, those are just 2 really, really good cards. I'll take Decompose. Why not? It's a Blitz scenario, kids. We're good. Doing some very unusual things today. So that's done. All right. I am done with everything else. I got this at the end of my turn, so I can't use that till next round. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is now 6, but it's +2 because I am on my city, which I am the leader of. So I can draw 5 non-wound cards, or 5 cards. I do have 1 wound on my deck still from when I used Blood Rage last turn. Woo! What is going on? A fair point. So next time, fair point. My actual bosses keep me busy, so I cannot pay full attention. Sadness says, so next time you have an option on Universal Power versus Motivation, you're picking Universal Power. With Universal Power, you are never totally stuck. John, you can hold off with the Crystal Joy discarded to the end of the round, at which point you can discard a wound to get it back since you use a stronger power. Sadness says, well, your math is always right. John says, oh, you're not going in this turn. Never mind. Yes, finally Manti did some damage. Use Universal Power the Sideways card to save a crystal for one of the rages. Also re-roll a white or a green. You as a crystal each, dear sir, not that we are counting. Use universal power. Oh no, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't. I didn't have a I didn't have a white or a green card. I still would have had to use a crystal, dude. Because universal power gives me attack 3, and I needed attack 4. And the only source I have here are white or green. Because remember, I went. Unless, oh, you know what I could have done? What I should have done? If I discarded the stamina, knowing that the offer was what it was, I kept the march. But even then, I used the march to go in. It doesn't matter. Unless, oh, you know what? I play that last turn. I don't discard a card to bring this back, so that gets discarded last turn. I use the stamina to go in. I use the march and universal power sideways. That makes it work. Oh, but even what you're saying too, right? Because if I had attack 3 and the rage 2, that gets me to 5, which is the same amount, right? So I would not have had to spend the rage. So again, the math I had for people that are unclear, I had attack 9, attack 13, attack 17, attack 20, and then a card sideways, which even say it was Crystal Joy. What I should have done is attack 9, attack 13, not use the red crystal on that, use the white crystal, white or blue. I'll use the white crystal on that. That's attack 3 with universal power, and then the rage gives me 2 more, and that still gets me to 21. That's really smart. Math is so hard, so I will re-roll that white. It's still a white, and we have a red crystal back. And yes, I'll get your crystals in the mail, guys, and make sure all the the fame and fortune that comes my way because of this playthrough, I will share 0.05% of my spoils. Crystal Side was a red for 3, then a rage attack 2. Yeah, so using CJ this way, using CJ, what the hell CJ? With rage gives you the same attack 5 as using rage with red. Yeah, got there. Cool, thank you for all your love and support. All right, second turn for Bravelar is the first card coming off is a green, second card is a blue, third card is a blue, 2 more, green and white. My turn. Well, here we are. I'm going to use this for heal 2. And yeah, I like the idea of decompose a lot, especially with universal power. My influence is a 3. The heroes cost 9. They do cost 2 to get convinced. The Ultim Guardians are an 11. I like this idea of a cold fire block, but the Ultim Guardians are really good. In theory, I can get both of these suckers over the next 2 turns. 7, 10. Yeah. If I do will focus and promise, that's 7, 8, 9, 10. And I probably won't use decompose this round, but definitely have it for next. That's be 11. So I might not even heal these guys. I might just take the heroes. They're easy enough to heal. Attack 5 is... If I give all my units all resistances, that's pretty sick. Or I get the heroes, that gives me influence 5. And then, oh yeah. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll play that, we'll get the heroes. I have 1 influence left. Great. Influence 10. I spent 9. I got the heroes. My modification, so that's multiplied. My modifier is still a 0. I'm going to use them immediately during interaction. That gives me 1 left over from here, plus 5. That's influence 6. I'm going to then use decompose with a red crystal and universal power. That's influence 10. And then I'm going to use manage. Oh, no, actually, I won't use a crystal. I'll use mana draw. I used a white with swiftness. And then I have decompose. So that's with universal power. So again, the amount of influence I generated, the amount of influence I needed to get both of them was 20. The amount of influence I generated was 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 for each shield up there, plus 5, that's 15. Plus this sideways, because mana draw let me use 2 dice from the source. So that's another 4, and the decompose sideways is 20. So ultimately I'm going to get the Ultim Guardians and the heroes. I'm not going to bother healing the Ultim Guardsmen as much as I love them. The Ultim Guardians are just a distinctly and strictly better version of them, and they will come in ready. So when you get rid of a unit that has a wound on it, the wound goes away. Any unit you get comes in ready and healed, regardless of the status the status of the unit that leaves. I'm going to re-roll these 2 dice, so we get a gold and a blue. This comes here. I did not want to have to recruit on sequential turns. I still have this 1 wound in my hand. 5. That makes sense. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit of 7, and now when I get Tranquility, I can heal this wound and then the wound I still have from last round because of Blood Rage. So, drawing 7 cards. There's the other wound. Give me a Tranquility, please. There we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 2 wounds: Stamina, Intimidate, Threaten, Tranquility, Wings of Wind, and Swiftness. Bravelar's turn. It's a white. It's a white. It's a blue. 2 more. My turn. I'm going to use the green with Tranquility to heal 2. No wounds left in my deck. Do want to get a move on. So let's see if we can't find this last city. I'm going to move 5 just to get down there. Woof. I think I'll just chill. Doing okay with tempo. We have Wings of Wind. I think I can make some cool things happen. So I'm going to chill now instead of forcing the issue. I'm going to play at least 1 card. So that's legit. I get March and Improvisation. We re-roll this green. It's a red. That was my turn. Bravelar's next turn. It's a green. It's a green. It's a blue. 2 more. 1, 2. I have 2 more turns left. Bravelar's declaring end of round next turn. I also have no more cards in my draw pile, so I'm totally good with that. I'm going to use Improvisation sideways with a red, and then I'm going to use Threaten sideways. That is move 5. That moves me into this village. I'm going to do Stamina for move 2 more. Actually, we'll use March because I do have a blue in there. So move 2 more. This is with universal power for the record. So, I mean, again, effectively that would be the same. No, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'll get a move 3 out of this. That makes more sense. And then we'll use this blue for move 7, and that still gives me access to universal power. So I have move 7, so I move, I guess it's the same number of cards, but I still have universal power available to me, so that makes more sense. So I'm going to move there into that village. I'm going to spend 2 points of movement to reveal this. It is the White City. So we don't need this last tile. We have a dragon over here. It is the lava dragon. We have a keep garrison in our face. That's going to be face up. We can enter that next turn, which will be super awesome. We have a spawning grounds, and the keep bonus will be 2 for us. This is going to reveal because it's day. It's that clown. We have the White City, so everyone's armor is +1. I'll get the White City card. It's going to be a level 6. Level 6 feeling a little bit easier. I might bump this. Yeah, it's 4 enemies either way. I'm going to make it level 8 because I can. Level 8 on the fly, kids. Let's make it happen. So we get a blue. This feel level 6 is not really going to be that much fun for anyone. All right, so it's a. I don't know why I said blue. I said there's a keep garrison and 2 city garrisons, 3 city garrisons for level 8. And +1 armor for each. Alrighty then. I am going to stop there. I don't really need to, but I will. That's off the camera, so let me move this. I'll move that down in the at the break for sure. I'm definitely not attacking the city. That's fine. I'll chill there. We're next to my keep or my city. That's fine. This is a red that comes off. We're done. Brave Lord declares end of round. I have 1 more turn. I'm going to move 4. We're in the keep. I lose a reputation for sieging a fortified site. We're going to use Wings of Wind with any mana. That's universal power. As a block 3. And then we're going to do attack 5, attack 3, reputation -1 at the end of the round, so -1. So I don't need to use any mana except for the one for universal power for the block 3. And that's attack. That is enough attack to kill him. That gives me 3 fame, gets me up to 43. Another shield on there. My hand draw is going to be +2 next turn. We're going to clean up my play area, re-roll this white. It's a green. Reset all these guys because this is the end of the round. We'll reveal the White City garrison. And I feel pretty good about that. The alternative for level 6, which was the original plan, would have been 3 gray enemies and 1 city garrison. This has kind of inverted those numbers. I'm going to take a bunch of tiles off of here. Bam, move this down. Oops. One of my command tokens got stuck. Re-ready my skills. Bravelar is going to get a blue crystal, so it's 3 and 3. Gets another blue card, so have not been balancing that at all. New spell off the top is Snowstorm. The advanced actions into the heat goes away. This comes over here. It is Fireball. And this comes down. It is Crystal Mastery. Gonna shuffle my deck. Let's get a new unit offer. So Amhotep Gunners, Herbalist, Elite Unit is the other Altum Guardians. And then we have the Magic Familiars. Let's get the source ready. Now none of these have arcane immunity, which is nice. So Wings of Wind, Wings of Night, I can effectively have none of them attack me. We have a blue, 2 greens, and a red. We'll shuffle Braveler's deck. If you're planning to interact for 2 turns, you can get the heroes first and use their influence next turn. Yeah, good call, Marty. I just use it on the same turn, which is even better. With Wings of Wind, you can get to Arena Area Explore. Both tiles decide if you want to do the Ruin or not. Watch Greg lose now. Yeah, I just don't think the Ruin made sense. I mean, I think all my attacks should be heading toward this. Again, not the only one with physical resistance is going to be that Ultim Guardians. They're pretty nasty, but they're only coming in with an attack of a 5. I will need the 2 influence to pay the heroes to make sure they're part of this. That Coldfire block 8 would be pretty sick against the catapults. The arm, oh, that armor is +1 too. Remember, and I don't have. Oh my gosh, I don't have a lot of elemental attack, so that is something to be a wee bit concerned about. Because now I will need attack 16 for the Ultimate Guardians because their armor is +1 and they are resistant to everything. Yeah, I have the Coldfire block. I have a bunch of attack. I just don't have the elemental attack that you would normally want. Didn't really have an opportunity for elemental attack, to be honest with you. So let's see how this comes together. I mean, it would be an argument to recruit the gunners. Like, what am I talking about? The elemental attack won't do crap against that dude anyway. So yeah, it's all physical. It's all, everything's inefficient against him anyway. So yeah, there's no point to recruit the gunners that I can see. Just a matter of not getting knocked out. It is going to be a lot. I mean, if we add up all the armor, I mean, 6 physical attack plus 7 physical attack is 13, plus 7 physical attack is 20, plus 16. So I need 36 attack. But with Intimidate and with Blood Rage and with the heroes and with the Ultimate Guardians, I should be okay. All right. Drawing to my hand limit. My hand limit is 6. I am on a keep. I have 2 keeps on the map, so I will get 8 cards to start this puppy. Let me move this sucker up. So 8 cards. We have Tranquility. Not great for you right now. Mana Draw, Swiftness, Intimidate, March. I'm going to get rid of these tokens because they are not doing anything useful. Stamina, Will Focus, and Rage. Looking at... I'm tempted to do Sparing Power, but I don't really know the upside. How many turns are we really doing here? I can draw 2 cards with a green. I would have liked Crystal. Preparation would have been great because I honestly would have just taken Crystal Joy. Yeah, these are not the most amazing cards. Some argument for Mana Search because I don't have a black there yet, and I will want a black for Wings of Night. That could be a very... and I don't have that card either. Oops. Got extra red from there. I do want Crystal Joy. All right, let me take Mana Search so I can try to make sure I get a black in there for Wings of Night because that could be important. I mean, if we're looking at wounds, again, that's 2 wounds, that's 3 wounds. I mean, assuming nothing else happens, so that's 5 wounds, that's 4 wounds, that's 9 wounds, that's 2, that's 11 wounds. Wings of Night could really overcome a world of annoyance with that. I also need an influence card because of the heroes, so not a lot to like in that opening. Draw. I rolled a 5. 5's gone. I rolled a 1. Brave Valar is like, you know what? You keep calling me Mr. Crappy Mini. I'm gonna go first one of these days. Firebolt I'm just gonna take out of the game. So there is a advanced action unit offer, but I want to put my D deck up there on the screen. So Bravelar has 19 cards. It's a white, it's a blue, it's a blue. Bravelar has 13 cards in his Crappy Mini D deck. My turn. I'm going to drop. They're all fortified. Not sure what a swiftness does for me. Definitely want intimidate. Definitely want the rage. I think I'm going to just drop 2 cards. Draw to my hand limit, determination, and promise. Oof. Yeah, Crystal Mastery would have been nice. Yeah, just have not pulled really good cards. All right, Bravelar. It's a green, and a red. Bravelar has 10 cards left. I mean, there's an argument to go in now. I mean, that's attack 10. Green, give all units all resistances. I really hate what we got going on here. Oh, mana search. I would have rolled 2. Definitely would have rolled a green and a blue last time. So this is my last turn. I got a black. Perfect. So this turn I can roll. I could use 2 dice with mana draw, but I don't even have the card I want the black for. But I can use a green and a red. I can move 2 with the march. I have the influence for the heroes. Yeah, I think I just have to do this piecemeal. I can't assume that the cards I want are on the top, so I'm just gonna get moving. Cold fire block. 8. Should block the gunners. Yeah, I'm gonna move 2. Let's just make this happen. I'm in. I lose a reputation. I'm going to figure out wounds. I'm going to use promise to be able to make sure I activate the heroes. That's 3. This is 2. This would be 4. All right. Yeah. I'm going to get a blue crystal and a white mana, or blue crystal and a red mana. I'm cold firing, blocking 8, we're going to block the Amhotep gunners entirely. Right. So that's done. I'm going to spend 1 point of movement to trigger Cumbersome. It's a really rough thing going on. I'm going to just use this. I'll use the Rage Sideways on Cumbersome to reduce the attack of the ice catapults. We're going to assign this wound to the heroes. They are ice resistant, so they absorb the first point of damage. They're wounded by the second point, 4 points of damage. And basically, the heroes have taken care of these 2 enemies for me with just 2 cards. The other 4 wounds can come to my hand. All 4 enemies are now entering into the melee phase. As far as attack I can get this round, again, I still have Tranquility. I'm going to use a green on Will Focus with Intimidate. I get the stronger effect +3. So that's attack 10. The other attacks I can get, still have that block 5. So I could do that as well. That's sick. If I use this blue crystal, block 5. And then I get 2 less wounds, and I only get wounded by the Utum. I like that. And I could heal that. Excellent. So I actually use Determination to block the Altum Guardians as well. My attack 10. I have Mana Draw and Tranquility left. I have a red from this, which I can... You know what? I never used Mana Search this round. Let me have you... For the off chance I roll the blue. Nope, it's a black. Then I could have done some different things, but that's fine. I will never keep... I still have Universal Power, which is what the weird thing is, and I still have this red, so I might as well use it for that. But we have attack 10 with Will Focus. Max attack I can get is attack 10, attack 15, attack 18, attack 21 is my max attack. It's 12, 17, 20. Which will just leave me the Altum Guardians. Wolf. 7, 14 plus 6 is 20. I think I'd do that. I think I killed everybody with the Altum Guardians. Alright, so Universal Power here. So let's review. Alright, so I entered with the move 2. I lost reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. When I entered, I spent 2 influence to the heroes, so they'll participate because, you know, heroes are kind of, they're a little flaky like that. I did Mana Search, and I rolled at that to try to get a blue. I got a black. Great. In the range, in the block phase, I spent a blue crystal to block. I had 1 blue crystal from this skill, which I used. I already had 1 blue crystal in my inventory. I used that blue crystal just to use the block 5 to block the Ultim Guardians. And then I spent 1 point of movement with Rage to reduce the attack of the catapults from a 9 down to an 8. I used a blue mana to give a cold fire block 8 to the heroes. That was going to be enough to completely block the Amhotep gunners. And then I had the 8 points of damage left from the catapults, which I assigned to the heroes since they have ice resistance. They absorbed 4 points of damage and were wounded by the next 4 points of damage. And that was totally fine. I took the 2 wounds from the Utum guardsmen. No, not the guardsmen, the Utum swordsmen. And then in the melee phase, I played Will Focus. I used the green. That's the only die from the source I used. I used that to power Intimidate. So I got the stronger effect of Intimidate +3, so that's attack 10. I got attack 3 because I used the red mana I got from that skill to use that with universal power on mana draw, so that's attack 13. And then I used both the Altum Guardians and the Utum Crossbowmen to give me attack 21. Attack 21 is enough to defeat these 3 enemies. Remember, every enemy has +1 armor. None of them have any physical resistance, so we're totally good here. So that was effectively 6 + 1, so 7. 6 + 1 for another 7, 5 + 1 for 6. That's a total of 20. 21 was enough to defeat these 3. The Altum Guardians stay alive, and goldyx goes back to his keep. As far as fame goes, I get 18 fame. I'm going to clean up my play area. I'm going to re-roll the green. That stays a green. All these crystals go away. This comes here. We have Tranquility, and we still have a heal 2. At the end, I can use this skill after battle to heal 2, so effectively I have no wounds left in my hand, which is super sick. The only thing that's wounded are the heroes. All these cards were used except for Tranquility, which is good because I can use that to draw 2 cards and get the better cards out of the bottom of my deck. Alrighty then. So 18 fame, is that the math? I think that was the math. 4, 7, yep, 18 fame. So I go from 43 to 61. Since I went up a level, I do go to 62. If I went up another level, I'd level up again, which would be super nice. That did not happen though. I do get another one of these, so now my armor goes from a 3 to a 4. Not much of a boon at this point in the game. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. I had a wound. How did I still have wounds? I thought I healed all my wounds. I don't know. A wound came up top of my deck. It is what it is. I must have still had 1 wound knocking around. So wound, this decompose. All right, I still have Tranquility in my hand, so that stays. Improvisation, March. And why do they have 2 wounds? Oh, the Manticore put 2 wounds on my discard pile. Those are Manticore wounds. That's fancy. Look at you, Sagitt, your little friggin' Manticore. Look what he does to me. Amazing. Alrighty then. We have Wings of Wind. It's not as useful. Decompose, throw away an action card, so Decompose will not work on Wings of Wind. That's a thing. I essentially just need to get to 16 attack, and then that dude will be super dead. All right, Bravelar. He gets a red, a white, and a blue. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. He has 4 cards left. Let me check the chat. The elemental one of them helps you. Anyway, the freaking thing is all the resistances. Yeah, here we go, fellas. Time to red up the screen. You can also draw cards before combat in case you are not looking to heal. I know you're worried about your score, so maybe you will do the heal. Keep rage and play mana draw against catapults. Won't matter, but gives you 1 extra damage. Manti made sure you had some wounds left. Yeah, he did. What a jerk. All right, so my turn. I'm gonna just use this green. Well, the black doesn't matter anymore, amazingly. So mana search, I roll. Those are 2 blues, which is not going to help me. But I heal both those wounds. I do want to get the blood rage. It's a lot of move. Decompose. I only need to move 2. I still have 1 wound card in my deck. Improvisation. Man. Yeah, I need the blood rage. I need improvisation. I don't even know what green crystals do for me at this point. Yeah, none of this really does much for me at all. None of this does much for me at all. Yeah, there's not going to be a red card I'm going to want to throw away. Well, I guess I still have Threaten in my deck. That could work with Decompose, but it's kind of pointless. I'm just going to drop these two cards. I never used Decompose once. It's a thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and this is the rest of my deck. So that's that. Tranquility goes away. Roll that. It's a green. I draw to my hand limit. I draw the rest of my cards. Rage, Crystal Joy, Threaten. There we go. Bravelar 1, 2, and 3. It's a green. Bravelar declares end of round next turn. My turn. I'm going to move 2. I lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. Oh, I lost 2 more reputation because I used the stronger effective Intimidate. Lest we forget that. This dude is trying to do 5 damage to me. I think I can block it. Let me roll this. So it's a red and a black. I think I can block it. I still have enough to do what I need to do, but let me make sure I have the attack. This is 9. I need 18 total. 9, 13, 14. That's 13 because of, oh wait, 9, never mind, don't do that. 9, 12, 16. That's 16 right there. So that's fine. Here's move 2. Here's block 5. Great. So I moved in with move 2. I blocked 5, so he's blocked. And then I take a wound because of Blood Rage. I have a move let them have for no reason. I use Universal Power with Threaten, so that's attack 4. I use a White Crystal to power Swiftness, so that's attack 7. And then Blood Rage, attack 16. Again, I already took the wound. Super Dead, 8 Fame, gets me up to 70. That's a level up. We get some more skills. It's Motivation, the greatest skill in the history of the planet of Mage Knight. We had that. I'll take Stout Resolve because it's super fun. And that, my friends, is all she wrote. Look at that. Easy game. That was pretty sick. Yeah, Universal Power. Woof. It universally powered every bit of this in some pretty cool ways. Man, did Zadge's pet get loose again? Hi, Greg. Hi, Zadge. What's up, Brian? Well, that was tight. Yeah, a little tight. A little tight. I mean, you know, it's tight in the sense that I spent a lot of potential. I mean, look, I used determination. I definitely blocked a lot of things that I'm not normally doing, right? So there's, if I didn't care about wounds, like, I mean, I used a rage sideways to trigger cumbersome. I mean, I could have taken more wounds. So if you're normally like, I don't care about wounds, like, I'm just gonna rest after this. I mean, I could have taken 5 wounds the last round and, you know, kind of done some different things and had enough attack. But I was like, you know what? I really care about my score, and I really no. There was something. As much as I mock, not a mock. I poke fun. I jest. As much as I jest. I mean, there was something nice about like ending the game and being like, yeah, I have 1 wound, and it's the wound I took in that last turn. I mean, I look like Intimidate and Blood Rage are both very strong cards. That does counterbalance the fact that I didn't get any strong spells. I never got any artifacts. You know, I was really able to make this work with good units all the way through, and you know, even upgrading to better units, and then again, Blood Rage, Intimidate, and Universal Power, and just kind of made it come together. You get a keep strategy. You know, having the green city to the white city. That was a nice leveling up, and remembering that we were supposed to do a 5-6, and we ended up pretty easily doing a 5-8. You know, sometimes those things come together, and definitely the chat assists making sure that I was able to min-max my crystal usage. That obviously plays a role as well, which allows me to have a prettier win. That if I didn't have the crystals, then yeah, obviously I'm taking some more wounds, and my score would just be garbage, and I would be so embarrassed by how bad my score was. You blocked a bunch more than you needed to stat it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this was cool. This is cool. I do like the Blitz scenario. I don't know. I think there is something to me about like the idea of one city and like megapolis, and I don't know, but I mean, that's how the mages sound in my head. Let's go to the city, see? Um, but but there's something about that that's fun. The two cities is interesting. I mean, doing 5-8 in 4 rounds is interesting. I mean, it's funny to me too when you think about when I scored and how arduous that whole day felt. I mean, those 6 rounds were just like there was a lot of things to like. Oh, this wasn't coming together, and then in the end, I still scored just over 200. Like this is the same level cities, but somehow always felt like it was. Oh, I just always had the right amount of attack or right amount of block, and when I was aggressively when I killed that sorcerer and I had exactly 6 block and exactly 6 attack, it's like, dude, some days just things really, really come together, and you're like, wow, like this game is really cool. And just I love doing things that I've never done before. Like I took Mana Steel in the first round because I had a very clear plan with what I wanted to do with it, and that really, really worked out well for me. And like I would never, I can't remember the last time I took Mana Steel on the first round of a game of Mage Knight. Like that's just not something you do, right? It's always great. So it's usually preparation or a great start, but like to like, all right, now I want Mana Steel. Like, huh? But I knew I needed that mana. It just made my first turns that much more efficient, and efficiency of first turns in Blitz is going to be even that much more important than it already is in a base game for sure. I am meanwhile reading the Aeon Zen comment. Part of this is just stupid. I mean, I appreciate it. I love the conversation about it because it helps me learn. So whether he's right or wrong, I'm glad that I'm thinking about it again today. But I won't out of the chat. Yeah, dude, I was super curious to see how that chat goes. It is funny to me how, and look, Into the Unknown, they've been really busy. They really just popped on the scene, and they got 2 big games that they're trying to get fan bases for. But there are some BGG threads on on kind of central rules issues that are dying on the vine on BGG. And like, I don't like that, dude. But Into the Unknown, they seem like really engaged. They have a Discord. There are a lot of threads where they went and they answered the questions, but there are like threads about Labyrinth X that just aren't being answered. And like, I get it if you have a Discord, but like, Discord's not for everybody. Like, I don't like Discord. It does not work for me in my brain. And like, I got so many other things I'm trying to do. Like, I really feel like you need to have someone dedicated to answer questions in BGG, at minimum, because that's where like so many more people are. Or I don't know, man. It's just it's you look at guys like Tristan Hall, who's just always there in the comments, or like again, Rock Manor Games, they're always answering questions. Eric Royce created the quirky for Spirit Island. And then when you have a game that's that much rules overhead, and there are lingering questions, it can be a little frustrating, But like they're not alone. I mean, Arkham LCG is notorious for rules questions. I mean, this game has how many rules questions? Like, I mean, again, we started with 10 minutes about me not knowing how to really set it up correctly, which is come on, dude. Discord takes too much time. Yeah, simple as that. And I agree. It's really not an efficient way to get out rules clarifications, but you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, they made an absolutely killer game, and it's it's. I always like remind myself when I bitch about some things that my favorite games do. Like, A, they're still my favorite games for a reason, and B, it's like they're wildly successful. So, in the context of board games, like clearly they're doing more things right than wrong. But I do wonder. But I mean, Chip Theory Games is obviously they are the suspect number one when it comes to talking about publishers who I really wish supported their games just a little bit better. I mean, just come on, man. Like, what is happening? Um, But that's super cool. Not to say that YouTube chat is efficient to manage rules. Oh, definitely not. Going back to the solo uh, MG rules, are they in the file section of BGG? Says Steph, Saget, maybe we should have a voice channel running in the background. Yeah, we'll get that hooked up in a month. Give me some time. Going back to the solo MG rules, are they in the file section on BGG? Is that supposed to be a K? Solo or the solo conquest rules? Mage Knight rules. Yeah. So a lot of them, they used to be. I'll put it that way. There's mostly agreement when it comes to how to solo most of the scenarios. Like, well, let me go back. Solo conquest, it tells you how to do it in the file section. If you need to any of the Tesla scenarios, it tells you how to do it in the rulebook. The Volcaire Lost Legion scenarios, it tells you how to do it in that rulebook. So the real question is, how do you solo Mind's Liberation? How do you solo Druid Knights? Do you solo Druid Knights? I've looked at it multiple times. I've never played it because I'm just like, it doesn't look like a good solo scenario. It looks like a beat your own score thing. But someone could tell me if I'm wrong about that. So the real question is, how do you solo Mind's Liberation? How do you solo Druid Knights? How do you solo Blitz? And how do you solo, what's the other one that's in there? Dungeon Lords. So those get complicated and confusing. There was a file section on BGG back in the day. I don't know if it's still there, but it kind of was like solo setups for Mage Knight or different scenario setups for Mage Knight that I would highly recommend. But that's only going to help you with Dungeon Lords, Mind's Liberation, and Solo Conquest Blitz, and maybe Druid Knights. The rest of them are all in the rulebook. Again, WizKids did an absolutely garbage job of bringing all the data together for the Ultimate Edition, and it's super frustrating that they did not create a rule book and then a scenario book. But again, they did the most lazy job they could in putting out the Ultimate Edition. And like I'm being blunt about it, but there's like no other way to say it. It's like, hey, here's everything. We're just gonna take the same files, put them all together in one book, and just put it out there. And that's not an Ultimate Edition. That's a reprint. Like it's different. But yeah, so if you go on BGG, you should be able to find a file to at least help you with Mind's Liberation and Dungeon Lords, which I love. Solo Conquest Blitz, there is some disagreement in what you'll find, and there's no clear idea of what the proper setup is. Everything else seems to have some universality with the agreement about how it's supposed to be done. But Solo Conquest Blitz, you can play either with one city or you can play with two, for sure. Mate says, Steph, there is a file on BGG where all the solo scenarios are compiled. I think the one that's still on BGG now is the one that I just played. There used to be a second one that had the idea for one city. And if you're doing one city, it's 5 countryside tiles, one core city tile, one core non-city tile, and really set the city at whatever level you want. I usually play at Megapolis level. Saget says, well, it may be Ultimate technically in that they will never print, release, remaster any of it. Agreed. Because why? Whatever, man. If I it's funny, I've told this before, but when I played Tony's version of the Ultimate Edition. Tony's a good friend of mine. He's in the chat a lot. For those who don't know, I really expected to be like, I'm going to buy this, and then I started playing. I was like, this is an absolute lateral product. There is nothing about this that there are things about it that actively make me not want to get it more than I'm gonna go buy it. And I'm just like, dude, if they had just made an ultimate version for my definition of ultimate, I 100% would have been like, oh, take my money. But if you don't have Maze Knight, it is by far the easiest and best way to get all of it, and I would highly recommend it. But if you already have Maze Knight, I don't see the allure at all. Saget, they have just purged a bunch of stuff from BGG for whatever reason. Yeah, it happened. I noticed it a while ago. I was like, yeah, dude, like what's going on? But it is what it is. I mean, I guess like holding on to all that files, I mean, after a while you don't want to pay the server costs or whatever. But anyway, This is super fun. I'm going to get running. I unfortunately was going to stream tomorrow. I cannot. Something came up of a personal matter that I have to attend to. So I'll be taking care of that. And I'll be back on Thursday. Super excited about that. Not exactly sure what I'm streaming off the top of my head. I have a couple of things that are floating about, so I need to figure that out. Friday, I'm going to be streaming a Frosthaven scenario for my solo character, so I'm actually just looking forward to getting that on the channel. That'll be a nice little change of pace from the norm. Next week, we will be starting on Monday with Aeon Trespass, almost guaranteed, and then I'll figure out the rest of the week from here. We have Saja, at least the colors match sometimes. Yeah, and the problem is the blacks and the blues and the greens kind of match too much to each other. Smiley says, what are you talking about? They added those 5 cards. The mysterious box is my favorite artifact. Brian says, good game. Saget, more damage than joy. And Saget says, cheers, Greg. Stay safe. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And the same to all of you. Thanks for joining me. Questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. Other than that, until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.